like Majin BXR, like Seth said, I want to talk about collector's editions because I'm one of these that's pretty much a sucker for a collector's edition. If there's something pretty big and it's a game that I was already going to buy, there's like a 99% chance that I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up because for me, sometimes having the real world equivalent of something that exists in one of my favorite fake world things, one of my favorite fictional universe things, is going to be a huge thing. So, how do you all feel about owning real world stuff from these fictional universes?
I'm almost in the same boat as you are. If they release a special edition or collector's edition with stuff, you just gotta look at me and just say it's out, or in the words of Shia, just tell me to just do it. And money is not an issue. I'll sell anything in my room I've got. I'll,
I believe that.
go out and do whatever.
Totally
And
believe that one.
yeah, collector's edition. All you
Yep.
gotta do is say weak if you don't. Next thing you know, I spent $140 on accident.
Spend $140 for your week.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way. New collector's edition things come with so much in a package. Like you talked about Fallout 4, things like that. You get the Pip-Boy edition. For me, I have this. See if I can bring it up here. I have the Halo helmet here. That's what sold me, and this actually can be made into a helmet because I know a buddy that's did it. So, yeah. But anyway,
Try to put your head in that.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Put your head in it or your week.
But it is head size, so I could just keep it like this for the rest of the podcast talk. But anyway,
Nice.
things like that they're adding into games, I think it's pretty neat because it also gives you like a valuable to collective outside of the game. So even
Right.
when you're not playing the game, like for me, you can have that helmet that's been since 2007. So I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, and I mean that's something that's going to stick around. You can always have that, and that's not something that they're doing anymore. The Legendary Edition of that particular Halo, that was Halo 3, correct?
Right.
So that Legendary Edition, if you were to try to find it now, it would be so hard to find. So basically, I love having the real world stuff. I don't buy a lot of collector's editions, or I haven't in the past, because I'll look at it and say, "Oh my god, I need that," and then when the time comes, I'm either broke or I just can't do it at the time. So,
Hey, if there's a will, there's a
uh,
way.
very true. But that kind of rolls right into the next thing that I'm kind of wanting to address. Do the cost of these things equal how much they're worth? I mean, the first collector's edition I got was the legendary Halo Reach, and where I thought it was cool that I had all the extra stuff like the background, the lore stuff. Then it comes with this statue that literally sat in my room for years and barely got touched. I mean, it's just kind of something that I had, and I liked the fact that I had it, but it wasn't anything that I could really use or anything that I could do.
Well,
I,
it all
yeah,
depends. Like Son said, it depends on what you're getting extra. Um, you look at like the Juggernog edition I mentioned last week that's coming out. $200, you get some coasters. You get a basically a game that's $60. You get a season pass that's, I think this one's retailed at, I want to say 50. Um, that's 110 already as it is. You get coasters and a mini fridge that looks like an actual drink machine from the zombies. So when you look at that one, $200 is a lot of money to front for something, but you're getting like literally something that you can take and use. And then you have other editions that you get, like there's the special edition that me and you have pre-ordered for Destiny, where I think it's like $80. We're getting Destiny and all of our expansions twice, and what are we buying it for? I'm pretty sure we're buying it for a strange coin to use if Xur ever comes around. So
yeah,
they really sucked us into that one for no reason. So it's all dependent on what you're getting extra.
Yeah, like I agree. Like some things will always sit on like your counter, like my helmet, for example. But I know back in the day, like any Yu-Gi-Oh game that would come out for like PlayStation or Xbox, it would come with a card. And for me, it'd always be a fake card. You get like Winged Dragon Raw was one for the Xbox one that first came out, and then for the other one you got a foil negate magic, and you got a Raikou, and they're not that great of cards. But like for me, my Winged Dragon Raw, of course it was fake, but I was also able to trade it around for three pieces of Exodia. So,
yeah.
you can always get use out of that because in 2 or 3 years things can be worth more. Like, I'm sure like your Pit-Boy edition for Fallout, the things you're gonna get for that, you'll be able to sell it for something. So honestly, you're gonna get more value out of it. You're gonna drop the $200 or however much it is to get it, but 2 or 3 years from now, you could probably sell just that individual piece for 300 or 400. So it's not an
Right.
Yeah, I mean
initial profit off things, but in the long run, most definitely.
yeah, I mean if you have to think of it too, I mean they're already on eBay selling pre-orders, which is a screenshot of your Amazon cart. They're already pre-ordering from $350 to $500, and that's bidding. That's not just buy it now. They're already bidding for that. So when like November comes around, when it's not released anymore, and people are for sure never going to see that ever again, they're going to be selling for at least a couple $100 more, I would say.
Right.
Right. And see, a lot of people have said, well, it depends on what you get. I can remember when Arkham Asylum and Arkham City came out. They had different special editions of those, and I believe it was the Arkham Asylum one. It just came with a Batarang, and that's literally all it was. So I'm sitting here, well, I mean, Arkham City or Arkham Asylum was a great game, but I have no use for just a Batarang. I have literally no use for just a Batarang to sit around. So it would be cool. And if I was a huge Marvel or a huge DC fan, if I was a huge Batman fan, I would love to have that. But it's not one of those things that I sit here and go, yeah, I think that I actually need this Batarang. I think it's one of the things that I need forever. And I'm just like, you know, it's not something that would be worth to me. Pit-Boy Edition, worth. If I had an Xbox 360 when they came out, the night vision goggles, Modern Warfare Collector's Edition, that would have been awesome. But it, again, wasn't one of those things that I had the money for or actually needed at the time, so the cost didn't outweigh the worth.
Right. And I agree.
That's very
Like,
true.
it has to like base on if you want it or not. It's not necessarily if you need it to enhance your gameplay, because I know like you said, like the Destiny thing, it comes with a strange coin. Do you really, really need that? That's an upfront beneficial thing. Is it gonna? Eric's shaking his head. No. Is that
I got
gonna
like 600 of those things.
Yeah, yeah. So like, it all depends on if you need it or not. Like back when I was talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh things, did I need those cards? Yeah, sure. Why not? They could make an initial. I don't know why you're shaking your head. No, because they made initial impact. Because I got some Exodia pieces off them.
True.
But I don't have those anymore. But anyway, it all depends. Would you want it to sit around? Does it need use? Are you trying to make money off of it? Are you wanting to sell it in the long run? Just things like that.
Well, that rolls pretty well into my next little topic. How do you think the developers go about saying you need this product, you need this little RC car from Black Ops, you need these night vision goggles, you need the what's the fridge, Eric?
It's a juggernaut. Well, it's a
Yeah.
fridge. It gets all the colas out of it, but
Yeah. But do you need
You know.
a juggernaut fridge? I mean, it's one of those things. How do they convince these people that this is something I need? This isn't just something that's a offhand thing that I can go, oh, well, yeah, that'd be cool. How did they get you to go ahead and buy it? Because I've got to have this juggernaut machine. I've got to have this Master Chief helmet.
Right.
well, I think it also plays in. Well, I mean, I didn't know the Juggernaut edition came out till they're already all sold out. But I look around my room and I drink, warm Orange Crush, or like room temperature warm crush or Orange Crush or whatever. Would I love to have a mini fridge? That's also based on a game that I might even get. Yeah, I'd love to have a mini fridge like that. So you look at people like that, and I mean, some of them you're not going to get use out of. The Pit Boys, I mean, I'm going to end up wearing it to work as a watch because, it's not going to inhibit what I'm doing. So I'm going to wear it, and it's going to be something that you can actually use or wear, or extras like that, like the night vision goggles, the RC car, the everything basically is usable, are the ones that you get the good ones out of. So you look at it as something you can actually get use out of. That's going to make me more inclined to buy it because I'm not buying just a game and like a statue. I'm buying a game in a mini refrigerator or, a oversized wristwatch sort of thing,
Yeah, I feel the same way as Eric. I wouldn't necessarily. buy this to have an advantage in the game, because I would just play the heck out of that game anyway if I'm going to go out and buy the collector's edition, because I'm a tightwad on things. But anyway, I would want something, yeah, to like have as a memorabilia, you know, my helmet. It's pretty neat, you know. I've always taken good care of it, things like that. But anyway, if a new game came out with something like Destiny came out with like a special like cape or special something like that, it's got to be an item that I can use outside of the game that's going to have some use. That's not just going to sit there.
Right.
Yeah, and then also
Well,
like Sion said in the chat, he said it's usually something that's game related that'll stick with you. So if you have a game that you really love, like if someone's in love with all these Black Ops games and they played zombies a lot, I mean, you got that cooler, the mini fridge that's based on things from the game. I mean, you love that game, so why not get something that's going to remind you of the game every time you want something to drink?
right. Well, you mentioned that it probably needs to be something tangible. How about all these companies that have jumped on the DLC bandwagon and are now releasing digital collector's editions? Like you've got Destiny. They have a digital collector's edition coming out with this new expansion. It's just like, really? How do you convince people to buy stuff? I mean, again, Eric, we're buying it for a strange coin. Well, I also like the lore. That's the whole reason I got the original Destiny, or I got it to go back and look at some of the lore stuff. But I mean, it's not one of these things. I didn't go out and buy the Ghost Edition because I didn't really need a little Peter Dinklage talking. I don't need any of this stuff that they're kind of giving out. I want the strange coin. That's why I'm getting it. I also want all the stuff that goes for the lore. But then you've got people that are trying to just get the DLC stuff that comes with it. And that's another 10, 20, $30 just for DLC. And it's already a $40 DLC. How can you convince somebody to buy a digital collector's edition?
That one's a tough one because they had the Destiny one that the Taken King's coming out soon. They had their initial interview with one of the developers or producers of it, and he said the main thing that you can get are 4 new emotes that you can use on the game, and we're going to be throwing money at the screen. Well, if you think of it, I'm not paying extra money for me being able to dance 2 different ways and then do 2 other emotes that other people might not be able to. I'm not buying the game over again just to get that now. I mean, I am getting it now because I'm getting the Strange Coin, but that was released afterwards. So when you get all these, like, you're not getting any physical thing, you're just getting DLCs, I don't feel like it's ever worth it, because if you look at the track record of these companies, you buy the collector's edition or the special edition Destiny like I got, or you pre-order it and you get like the Vanguard Armory, and now it's on Xbox Live for free. So I spent extra money getting collector's editions to get digital content that's now available to everyone, and Mortal Kombat's another one as well. All these skins and stuff you were supposed to get special, they're now available to buy for either $1 or they're for free. So I don't ever get into the ones you buy just for digital.
Yeah. So I've purchased 2 collector's edition things in the past 4 years, I would say, other than Halo. So I'm not very big on it, but I did buy the collector's edition for World of Warcraft Cataclysm and for Pandaria. Now, for my Cataclysm one, I got a pack of cards, I got a mouse pad, I don't know where it's at, I got a booklet that had some coloring in it, I don't know, and I got a soundtrack. So I don't know why I bought it, because none of that appealed to me. Now, I do know people that stuff does appeal to. You know, they want this huge art book, because it's a pretty cool art book. They want the soundtrack to listen to when they go to work, or, you know, who that is. Soda can listen to while he's PvPing the Mount Highjall soundtrack.
I heard the bass kicks in those soundtracks, so.
Yeah. But now, I don't know why I bought it, but I just wanted the box. The box is nice. The box is something that I can set up and put up on the wall or something like that. I don't have it with me because I packed it when I came from Newport down to here. But like for my Pandaria one, you know, I've been getting used to this thing. So I've had this thing since it came out. And it didn't come with a pack of cards. It just came with a soundtrack coloring book and came with a mount, which the mount sucked. And also with the Cataclysm one, it came with a loot card, and I got this Spectral Tiger that I can do. It was like not the rideable Spectral Tiger, it was like a seesaw Spectral Tiger, but you had a chance of getting a Spectral Tiger, a Multi Drake, all the TCG mounts. It was a Landros loot card. So that's a good value because I think it only was like $35 over the normal rate. So it's all about the value that you'll get out of it. So
Hmm.
Yeah, that is very true. We'll see. I'm flashing my Destiny booklet, which has like the arms and armaments. It's got notes on some of the different weapons. It's got postcards and stuff. I mean, it's something that it wouldn't appeal to everybody, but I personally liked it. And also, I now have a steelbook case to hold Destiny and any other future expansions that I can hold, or any other future game discs
hmm
for that matter. So I mean, it is a matter of value, and the digital collector's edition, to me, it feels like that's almost a paid timed exclusive. It's not like a regular timed exclusive like we talked about last week, where you get this thing for so long and then later you come back and it's, oh well, everybody gets this. To me, like what Eric was saying is, you're getting Mortal Kombat skins now for a higher price, or you're getting it now because you bought it immediately, and then they turn around and they can sell it later.
hmm
Last thing before we move on, uh, what do you think your all-time favorite collector's edition is?
Ones that we've got or ones that we're getting?
Uh, it's a good question. It's whatever you want to do. It's
In
whichever.
all honesty, I know that this Fallout 4 is going to be an awesome one, just for the fact that, I'm more big on what you can actually get with it and use. So I think that this is going to be awesome just for the stuff you get for it. But um, in general, I think that my favorite collector's edition definitely was the. I'd have to say the Modern Warfare one where you got the goggles.
hmm
I didn't get it because I didn't have the money, but I would have loved to get that one. But out of the ones that are out, it's that one. One that's coming out, it's Fallout 4.
Yeah, I would definitely
Nice.
say it's probably a tie between the Modern Warfare 2 one and the Gears of War one. Didn't you get like a gun with it or something like that? You got like the
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know. I think that probably trumps like everything that's come out because it was a huge gun. Like it was like that big or
Yeah, I
something like
had
that.
one of them. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
bought it separate, but yeah, they were pretty cool.
yeah. I would say between Modern Warfare 2 and that one, it's probably my favorite.
I'd say that I echo all your sentiments. I loved the Modern Warfare 2. I loved the NVGs, and I knew people that had them, but I never had them myself. So I would be like, "Hey, can I mess around with those?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And then I'd get to mess around with them, and it was pretty cool. But if I'd had the money or if I'd had the Xbox, I definitely would have done it. The best one that I own, I really don't own that many because even though there's been a lot of cool ones come out, I've either been late to jump on the bandwagon, I've been late to get on it, or it's just been something like, do I want it? Do I not? And then it's gone. So the one that I own is my Halo Reach because it does come in this huge crate that looks pretty cool, and that's
That's
probably
true.
the biggest plus for that.